Finding someone passed out drunk is literally peak novel inspiration. Just hoping he doesn't get called a creep for staring. Wait, does this girl really have zero survival instincts? Our boy decides to get a little bolder. He wonders how she'll react when she wakes up. Goth girls like her usually have terrible personalities, right? Honestly, if she looks at him like he's absolute trash, that's still great research for his story. Leaving a pretty girl drunk in a pouring storm is dangerous. There is a 99.9% chance some creep takes her. If she stays here, she is probably waking up in a stranger's house tomorrow morning. So he decides to wake her up and ask for her address. Wait, she only drank 1 can? Talk about a lightweight. Does she not know her own limit, or is she dealing with some heavy stuff? Honestly, it is low-key heartbreaking, but he cannot just leave her here. Hey, wake up! Come on, wake up! Are you all right? You cannot sleep here. It is not safe at all. Why? Because the world is full of bad guys. Plus, you did not lock this telephone booth door. Oh no, now she is panicking. He tells her a basic fact. These old telephone booths can only be locked from the inside. She looks at him and asks if he wants to lock himself inside with her too. She literally expects him to spend the entire night standing in this cramped booth until she wakes up. He sighs, telling her that trusting a random guy like this is insanely dangerous. Is she not worried about what a guy could do to her on a stormy night like this? She starts acting cute, but honestly, he is the one who is actually suffering here. He has to wake up early tomorrow, so he suggests calling the police, but she immediately refuses. All right, change of plans. If she actually trusts him, she needs to cooperate. He can carry her home once the storm stops, or better yet, bringing her over is way easier, and she can just leave when he goes to work. Wait, why does that sound so incredibly sketchy? He takes it back, feeling like a total creep. But then, she suddenly nods. Our boy warns her that his apartment is tiny, so she gets the couch. Or actually, he can give her his bed and take the couch himself. No response. She is completely out. Explaining that he is about to carry her, he warns her about the physical contact. If she does not mind, she just needs to nod. Silence. All right, he is taking that as a yes. He drops her on the bed, tosses a fresh blanket over her, and heads out. Good night. There are cameras in the hallway and security downstairs. Surely she will not steal anything. Our protagonist just hopes they can both pretend this crazy night never happened after work. But when he gets home, she is gone. Wait, she actually cleaned his entire apartment first? Suddenly, he spots her outside. She bought groceries and wanted to cook a thank you meal. Only problem is, she locked herself out. He asks how long she's been waiting. Oh, not long, she says, just 3 hours sitting by the flower bed downstairs. She just followed him up like a stray cat. Honestly, this is kind of adorable. Then she looks up and asks if she can have a spare key. Hold on, did she not agree to leave after one night? She just tilts her head. Well, technically she never promised that, but she needs to explain her situation first. He has to judge if he can actually let her crash here. She agrees to the interrogation. They head inside to talk. She tells him to ask away. First question, what is her name? Her name is An Ching. She's 19 and she lives nearby. When asked why she is not going home, she admits her lease is expiring. Is she trying to rent-free leech? She starts begging, stuttering that she'll clean the house and do absolutely anything. She even promises emotional support if he doesn't kick her out, but our guy has to stop her right there. Like, bro, he can't even afford a cat, let alone raise a needy landmine girl. He sighs and asks her to first explain where her parents are. Is no one looking after her? She stammers that her parents are in another city and she's not in school. She had to drop out and work part-time. But how was she surviving before this? It turns out she used to live with her grandmother, but she passed away recently, leaving her entirely alone. Now she's got nobody, and she is her name. And just because of that, she wants to move into his place? She quietly nods. He asks if she even realizes what a normal guy his age would do to a vulnerable girl like her. She knows, but did she really expect him to just raise her like some delicate flower for free? She points out his balcony flowers look great, but that was just an analogy. He still has to be realistic. He can only afford to take her in if it doesn't ruin his own life. She looks completely downcast.
desperate, she promises to stay out of his way, keep quiet at home, and cook his meals.
She will do the laundry, buy the groceries, and handle every single chore.
She even offers to find a job so she won't be a burden. Talk about absolute desperation, guys.
But honestly, the room is so tiny they will literally hear each other breathe. How is she supposed to have any privacy?
And what about his privacy? Does he seriously not care? But then she asks him,
why her of all people? If some other random girl talked to him yesterday, would he have offered her the same deal?
He says no. When she asks why, he is ready to kick her out if she lies. But then, because I have been stalking you for 2 years. Talk about a crazy twist. She is actually dead serious.
If she was really stalking him, he should have noticed. Is she just extremely stealthy or a complete pro at hiding her tracks?
But looking at her innocent face, she doesn't seem like the type. Why is she even following him?
Was yesterday a setup too? He confronts her. Look, Unky. He tells her he's just a completely average college student.
Did they cross paths somewhere before? Because honestly, he has absolutely no memory of her. Since she won't leave, he lets her stay to figure out her game. He asks if she's serious about living here, and she just nods.
All right, first things first, time to make some dinner. She offers to cook, but he shuts that down. She starts panicking, asking if he thinks she can't cook, but he's just like, no. Then she asks if it's because she didn't clean the room right. Still a no.
He tells her to just rest. She instantly perks up, asking if that means she gets to stay.
Only temporarily, he warns, but honestly, this girl has absolutely zero chill. He tells her there's a medical term for people who can't think and just ask why constantly. When she asks what it is, he deadpans. Behavioral cognitive impairment. That's a savage berm.
She looks at his ingredients, tofu, mushrooms, cabbage, and sauce. She immediately guesses he's making sukiyaki for her.
He admits he couldn't afford meat, but she smiles and says she has that covered. She pulls out her own ingredients, hyped that Cheche is completing the meal. But then, wait. How does she even know his name? He definitely never mentioned it. She just casually claims she figured it out over time. Yeah, sure, that's sketchy as hell. He just tells her she's got some serious skills.
She acts like a toxic, clingy landmine girl, but she's actually a total scaredy cat. He doesn't want to make her cry.
Better to wait for the right moment to slowly solve this mystery. She asks if he was the one making those creepy cat scratching noises outside her door, and honestly, this mystery is top tier. He realizes she was just crouching down to hide when he checked the peephole earlier.
She admits she is short enough to hide by just squatting.
Honestly, it is a miracle this stray cat did not freeze to death in the cold. He bets she will leave on her own within 3 days once she gets warm. But then he notices she barely eats. Is she a bird? Turns out she eats just 1 meal a day. Looking at her tiny frame, he doubts she even weighs 100 pounds. She agrees. Her menu is depressing. Just rice mixed with tea, ice cubes, or soda. Rice with soda? Yes. It is clear she has not eaten a proper meal since her grandmother died. Where does her money go?
Turns out she spends everything on cute clothes, basic skincare, and makeup.
She prioritizes cute outfits over actual food. Basically, she is willing to starve as long as her skirts are top-tier cute.
She asks if that is a compliment, but he immediately shuts her down.
Writing takes up his entire night.
She gets worried, warning him that skipping sleep is insanely unhealthy. Instead, he drops some completely unhinged logic. Staying up late apparently refunds the lifespan you lose.
Trading old age years is a total win. He literally calls it peak life hacking and cost efficiency. What a legend.
His broken math gets shut down immediately. She insists it is wrong, but he is already up early anyway.
He has school during the day. She immediately offers to do any chores around the house to help out. Lunch will have to be managed alone. She promises she won't starve, then asks if he wants deliveries. Cute bento box deliveries are on the table.
He gently reminds her that bento deliveries are usually for couples or family. She hits back with a crazy line. Why can't relationships start backward? He rejects this to avoid awkward misunderstandings.
She remains determined to win his stomach over. Suddenly, his phone rings. The bar urgently needs him to cover a shift. The pay is perfect for stray cat food. He agrees to go, telling Anqing to call him if anything happens.
She does not even have his number yet.
He shares his number and she promises to reply instantly at any hour. At the bar, total chaos awaits. He thought he was just washing cups, not dealing with difficult customers. A girl is crying at the counter. Every guy sent to check on her got completely roasted and ran away.
He objects, reminding the boss that he is just a simple waiter. But the moment she offers triple pay, his dignity instantly vanishes. Honestly, same.
Get lost, you pests! Stop bothering me and stay the hell away!
See that girl? Calm her down and your pay tonight triples, plus Monday off. You still get paid. He cannot promise anything, but he will try.
Suddenly, she screams at him to stop sending people over to bother her.
But then she asks if his white hair streak has dyed. He says no. He claims it turned white from stress. She asks what he even worries about. Just writing books, he says. Wait, aren't you Nangong? Are you also a sweet-talking liar trying to trick me? He shrugs it off. She demands to know why he is quiet. Didn't he sit down to flirt? He explains he was just sent to keep her company and can leave any time. Wait, is he not interested in her? Since he is here, she refuses to let him go. He has to finish all the alcohol on the table first, or else. She threatens to file a major complaint and accuse him of bullying her. Bullying? He points out that even if he walks away right now, he won't get punished. After all, he is just a part-time worker. This is not his job. Honestly, this is wild. She is basically trying to extort him. He agrees to drink but warns her to keep her hands to herself. She challenges him to a drinking game where one of them has to pass out. He plays along, and she admits he is actually pretty cool. She says her name is Yuan Xiao. He jokes that it sounds delicious. It is not food, she pouts. It means being free and cool. He introduces himself as Su Che and asks why she is drinking so heavily. She is miserable because all of her closest friends have suddenly abandoned her. She has absolutely no friends left now, even though they were amazing people. But tonight, they officially split up. This part is low-key heartbreaking, guys. Losing 3 friends in a single day left her with absolutely nothing. Out with the old, in with the new, he says. Real friendships are rare. Most relationships are just fake and transactional. She tells him he does not understand. Maybe, he admits, there are a lot of things he does not get. She changes the subject, asking if he listens to music or goes to shows. He does not. She sighs, realizing their worlds do not overlap at all. But then he asks if the people who abandoned her were her bandmates. Since she plays the electric guitar, right? Suddenly, she demands to take him home. The boss steps in immediately, telling her that customers cannot just take their staff away. No bar owner hates making money, she argues. Just name the price to take him home tonight. She wants him now. The boss plays along, demanding a minimum of 200,000 yuan in cash. Only then will she get his contact info. But his consent is required. 200,000 is a bit too much for her allowance. Meanwhile, Su Che is like, did anyone even think to ask for my opinion? But she is already planning. She tells the boss to make him wait while she runs to get cash. The boss is impressed. He has no idea what kind of spell he cast. She tells him to head home early with a nice 5 times bonus. 5 times bonus? He is suspicious. But hey, at least he got cat food money and Monday off. So her boss gives her a paid vacation to rest up, but she is already low-key plotting something crazy. She warns her to keep the kids' belongings totally safe. Leaving those IDs and accessories with her is fine, since he is bound to come back anyway. 5 times the price? Yuan Xiao got absolutely scammed. And when they were drinking, he mentioned starting his own band and even invited our music-clueless protagonist to join. Good thing she declined. Anyway, his school is pretty close by. Once he grabs his bag, they will be completely even. Oh man, the poor kid did not even eat dinner. He just waited until he fell asleep hungry. Why is he being so cute? Does he think she will hesitate to leave? Do not look at those eyes. They are dangerous. Time to distract herself. She starts picturing maid outfits instead. Suddenly, he texts her. He asks why she has been ghosting him lately. He is worried he annoyed her, promising to hold back and not bother her for comfort anymore. But then he immediately asks if she is awake because he cannot sleep.
He has been waiting for 3 whole months, even canceling all his other work.
He vows to find her.
She definitely regrets accepting his friend request. Now she has to hunt for a brand new artist.
Next morning, he wakes up looking pretty down.
He mumbles that he feels bad for falling asleep while waiting up for her.
She explains she got held up late by a customer who forgot their belongings. She apologizes for the delay, but he waves it off while staring at the items she brought back. The style looks so familiar, making him wonder if the customer is a landmine girl. Maybe she views him as a stubborn but honest kid, like a neglected kitten. Taking care of his feelings is hardly a chore. She decides to be nice and whip up some breakfast, but he tries to decline. He insists he normally skips breakfast entirely.
She admits she skips it too. He says they should just skip it then, especially since house chores are his job.
No way. Wanting to cook for him is a completely different story, and even if he is not hungry, he will eat it to not waste food. That is actually super healthy.
Since she went through the trouble, he gladly accepts.
He asks if they are splitting it or if she will have enough.
She tells him to eat all of it while she happily reheats his leftovers from last night. He is genuinely impressed by her cooking, admitting takeout is basically slow poison. He promises to handle her meals from now on. Talk about absolute husband material. He asks about her Sunday plans. Normally, she would write, but she is open to ideas. He quickly backtracks, promising not to disturb her since she needs total focus to get in the zone. So what are his plans?
He plans to go home, grab his things, and search for a part-time job.
She spots a cute girl and low-key wants to make friends to discuss subculture fashion. But she is just a casual enthusiast. What if this girl is a legit toxic landmine? She definitely is. Cute face but dressed in expensive brands. Suddenly, she confronts her, asking why she is sneaking around staring at her. She quickly apologizes, explaining she just thought she looked incredibly cute and got distracted. She accepts the compliment, then asks if she plays any instruments. Our protagonist admits she has 0 musical talent, which is apparently a pity. Why would that even matter? No answer. So basically, she's planning to form an ACG band made entirely of Jiraike girls because she loves her vibe. This music stuff isn't her usual scene, but she's low-key feeling so frustrated after finally finding a fellow fan. She can't help but feel helpless, like her entire existence is being completely rejected. She asks about the required skill level. And she admits she's a beginner too and just wants long-term friends to play with. But since Yuan Xiao seems uninterested, she casually mentions people loved her singing as a kid. Laughing it off, she drags her for boba, admitting she wanted to be the lead vocalist like her idol Sayi, but performing and singing is tough, and her own voice is just average. She needed a dedicated ACG singer, and hearing her voice, her sweet look and strawberry cake voice would make her the most perfect lead vocalist ever. Yuan Xiao is stunned. Honestly, is this girl even for real right now? And she is dead serious. There's no backing out now. She's been targeted. Oh boy.
She promises she doesn't bite, begging her not to betray her or judge her bad guitar playing.
Introducing herself as An Chi, she vows they'll succeed. Yuan Xiao agrees to be a backup teammate, but warns her busy schedule might not fully satisfy her. She reveals her main job. She's a professional artist, which instantly gives An Chi some wild ideas. She realizes they basically scored free character art, album covers, and even music videos without paying. She's ready to choke her. An Chi quickly laughs it off, promising to pay her properly since she is the captain. Yuan Xiao doesn't need cash, but she's currently studying and won't take on any outside commissions. And she wonders if she hit a creative block. But no, she's just drawing to win someone's heart. An Chi is surprised to hear she's working this hard for a crush. Since they both have a crush, it only brings them closer together as future teammates. An Chi promises full support, prompting her to finally introduce herself as Yuan Xiao. Despite feeling her intense sincerity, Yuan Xiao explains she still has to work multiple part-time jobs. This will limit rehearsal time, and her bank account is basically empty, but An Chi doesn't care. Knowing she's broke, An Chi boasts about having plenty of startup money. She's dropping 200,000 yuan. After laying down this massive offer, An Chi suddenly gets incredibly suspicious. She demands to know if she has a boyfriend, threatening to end friendship.
She refuses to let anyone be happier than her, saying they must suffer and cry together.
She is a total Jiraiya girl, honestly a walking red flag, but we love her dramatic energy.
She points out her empty apartment is clear proof she's living completely alone without any guys around. Anchi isn't fully convinced, saying her expression looks exactly like someone heading to a date.
She promises she's telling the absolute truth.
And she immediately begs to follow her home just to make sure.
Yuan Xiao quickly denies it, wanting to leave after shopping since she still needs to work. On her 100-day art challenge today, they agree to exchange numbers, but Anchi is still highly suspicious. She casually threatens to stalk her home eventually to find out the truth. She vows to cling to her forever. Just then, a familiar face spots her outside and asks what she's doing. Are you waiting for Xiao Su? No, I just happened to pass by. Lying's a pretty bad habit, you know? Tell big sister why you like Xiao Su so much.
I do not like him that much. I just wanted to talk to people.
You do not need to admit when you like someone, and it definitely does not take time to build up.
Most of the time, the first meeting tells the whole story, and the answer is written right on your face. Are you actually dumb?
Or are you just playing dumb with me? Last night you were literally trying to glue yourself all over Xiao Su. You snatched his cup, drank his wine, and literally threw your entire leg right over his lap. Talk about aggressive.
What? No, I did not do that. I was drunk and had no idea. Well, how about big sister takes you upstairs right now to check the security cameras?
What do you even want from me? You definitely found out about the money in my pocket.
You know, I brought 200,000. You want to take it? Well, show big sister where your money is.
If you actually brought it, not only will I let you off the hook this time,
I can even hook you up with Xiao Su's personal phone number and give you his exact daily schedule. Honestly, if you have even more cash, I can easily arrange things so his entire attention is focused purely on you. We can totally make him look only at you, and yes, that is absolutely possible for the right price.
Sorry, Xiao Qiao, the startup cash is gone. She accidentally lost those $200,000 completely.
Wait, does this Yuan Xiao guy actually have eyes? Look out, the food is totally burning right now. My bad, sorry, I totally zoned out for a second there and lost focus. Got something on your mind?
I just met this really interesting kid outside.
He had a wild vibe, definitely a Jiraiya type, so we started talking a bit.
But get this, after just half a day, he actually says he might borrow money from me in the future. Talk about zero boundaries. Wow, those Jiraiya types really do have completely unpredictable personalities, do they not?
This is actually perfect inspiration for my next book. He is pretty cute and honest, but his personal hobbies are just absolutely wild and hard to accept.
Like, I really cannot even understand or agree with his weird lifestyle choices. He is just built different.
What kind of hobbies? Well, that kid literally loves going to host clubs and blowing all his cash on male hosts.